Alright, so the Gold and Silver Virtual Console was just released today. I'm going to be checking to see if some of the old glitches still work. Are we going to have a scenario like Red, Blue, Yellow Virtual Console where pretty much everything is the same? Or are there going to be some differences between the games? So I already saved my game and now it's time to go and test out the original cloning glitch. So the original cloning glitch is actually stupid easy. I don't even understand. So what you want to do is you can deposit Pokemon that you want to clone into the PC directly from your party. Then all you have to do is go and change the box. Now when you change the box, it forces a save. And this is going to be the biggest thing about the Virtual Console. Is the timing, is the speed of the DS going to be faster and change up the timings? Is it patched or is there going to be anything different? So yeah, what you want to do is switch, and it says when you change Pokemon box data, the game will be saved. Is that okay? Yes. And then all you have to do is overwrite. And then right there, like right as off is scrolling. I think I was a little late right there. What you want to do is reset the game. We're going to see if that ended up working out. Alright, so I haven't checked my party, but it says Cyndaquil and Pidgey are in the box. Yeah, like, I don't know if that means that it could have succeeded or failed. And said, oh wow, okay. So, there's a pretty good amount of leeway when it comes to this. And I'm just going to do it again. So, let's go and duplicate another Cyndaquil because I want to do this kind of live. I didn't realize how fast you also get attempts at it. That, you know, the game loaded up instantly and then we were good to go. So let's see if we can do it again. And that's another thing you're going to be doing, because if you want to get all of the starters, you need to get good at this, because you have like one chance every couple of minutes, and that's what makes it a bit more fancy. So let's go and change it. Yeah, we can change box data. Game will be saved. Is that okay? Already save file. Is it okay to overwrite? And also what I'm doing is I'm just tapping the bottom screen. Like, tapping the bottom screen has a pretty quick... Oh. We're going to see if that one works as well. You know, it's either at O or sometime that. Maybe there is a bit more of wiggle room. I heard that on Crystal version, it's a bit more tight. But since Gold and Silver are the only ones on the Virtual Console right now, we'll be good to go. I mean, look how fast that game restarts. Already in, and then we can check. So, I have Cyndaquil in my party, and I think that means some pretty good things. So, Bill's PC. Withdraw, and yeah, we got all of it. Wow. That is stupid easy. So pretty much it's going to be the same idea, and you can do it with any Pokemon. Also duplicates items and stuff as well. So now it's the same idea, but let's go and do it with a new save file. And that's why I also recommend that you practice a little bit first. If you're just a little too late, you know, you do it too late, that way the game actually saves, well, you're kind of screwed because now you've saved the game and you're at the point beyond where you can obtain the starters. So that's kind of what this is about. That what you do is you go here, you save in front of the lab with only a couple minutes or only 1 minute of in-game time. You select the starter that you want, and now you have to play through the game regularly. So that's also another reason why it takes a couple minutes, is that you cannot deposit a Pokemon on the PC if you don't have any Pokemon in any other Pokemon in your party. So you have to do the thing with Mr. Pokemon, you have to defeat your rival, you have to get the Pokeballs, go out, catch a Pokemon, and then you have to do a successful glitch, all without saving, and then you have to get the restart at that perfect time. Because as we see, it saves the PC first, and then it saves your game. So the Pokemon that got cloned into the PC will be saved, your game will reset to where you were, and then that's kind of how it holds on to it. So let's go out, see Mr. Pokemon, and get it. Let's see if we can get it to work. Alright, so after a few minutes of gameplay, we are at Moment of Truth number 1. Now, one weird thing that I want to test is that out of all the guides I've seen, people don't go and catch 2 Pokemon. So there's a couple of ways that you can go about doing this. What you want to do is you want to give an item. So you give a Pokeball to the Pokemon that you're going to be cloning. That way all you have to do is pull it out. So in theory, you don't have to go to Mr. Pokemon's house every single time. You just pull out the Pokemon, grab the Pokeball, catch a Pokemon, replace it, and then you're going to be good to go. But what happens if you just clone the other Pokemon? Like, you know, you clone your Cyndaquil and then your Pidgey, you pull out the Pidgey, and then you just put in your starter, and then you do the glitch that way. So I want to test that out as well. Now remember, no point saving. You have to resist every natural urge to save the game, like in front of the PC or whenever you've done something slightly momentous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deposit the Cyndaquil with a Pokeball just in case. But like I said, none of the guides have done this. You just deposit 2 Pokemon instead, and then you end up swapping it out. So now let's go and change box, and then we're going to go and switch boxes, and now... Wait, there's already a save file. Is it okay? I guess that means it's a save file from my other one. So it's trying to like, okay, don't overwrite your already existing save file. I'm trying to get the timing down. Now this is where, you know, don't want to lose a few minutes of my life. I think that works. You know, I think we did it on O last time. So let's reset. And now now you just gotta wait. Now it's going to take a little bit of time to find out, before you can find out if you were successful or not. but hopefully it works out. So if we did it correctly, we should start off right there, and since we didn't, like, yeah, we'll just see if it works. We'll just see if it works. Alright, and now it's time to check the PC. Do we have Pokemon to withdraw? Yeah, so we just grab the Pidgey, and then we swap it out with the new Pokemon that we got. So our Chikorita goes in right there. Chikorita still has a berry, which is pretty cool. And then all we have to do is change the box, and we'll see if it works again. So right now we have Chikorita, we have Cyndaquil. Going to grab the Totodile next time. So I think that that's actually a quicker way than actually having to, you know, put the Pokeball in, or pull out the Pokemon, pull out the Pokeball, run back into the grass, and then catch another Pokemon. These just slightly faster, you know. Catch 2 Pokemon on your way to the PC the second time, and then you'll be good to go. So let's switch. Let's not screw it up. So yeah, the game will be saved. There's already a save file. Is it okay to overwrite? Yes. Saving game. Do not turn off. Should have it. And I just like furious tap that DS screen. But now we have 2 Pokemon in there. Should be able to save the box. And now we go for run number 3. And I think using this third run is a really good time to cover all of the legality issues behind glitches in the Gold and Silver Virtual Console. Because I already know there's going to be a ton of hate on this video. People are going to be like, but Felicify, you're against hacking, so why are you cheating your Gold and Silver game? Well, for starters, that regardless if I'm for or against cheating, these glitches are still going to exist, and that's kind of one of the history things behind this. That it looks like since this works, all the other glitches in Gold and Silver are going to work as well, just like with the Red, Blue, and Yellow Virtual Console. And even if you perform glitches in the Red, Blue, and Yellow Virtual Console, the Pokemon Company could have easily just made a statement like, hey, we know Missing No exists, try not to do that, because everyone knows it by this point. If they make a disclaimer about Missing No, it's not like there's going to be so many people learning about Missing No for the first time that's going to create a massive problem. That's just not what's going to happen with this. So they could just be like, hey, don't do this, you might get blocked from transferring Pokemon. Also, if you have a glitch stack of items, that could have been very easily detected by the hack check, and then just be like, alright, you're not able to use Poke Transporter until you cut all this crap out with your glitched items and stuff, you know, or something like that. You know, there was a way of blocking it, so it seems like they're keeping that traditional experience in, which means cloning is still going to be a part of the history of Gold and Silver for the Virtual Console. So talking about that isn't going against my anti-hacking or anti-cheating, but also the second point is that glitches and hacking are completely incomparable. It's clear in the rules. For VGC, it says Pokemon that are modified through external devices and software. Pokemon that are modified or created. Doesn't matter if you catch a Pokemon, throw in a PK Hex, and then spit out a perfectly competitive Pokemon. No matter what you do, it is not allowed. The Pokemon Company has stated you cannot even breed hacked parents. So if you cheat in a shiny 6IV Ditto and you use that to breed Pokemon, that offspring is not legitimate for competitive play. It doesn't matter if it gets through the hack check. The Pokemon rules are against. I'm also going to remove the disclaimer because it's getting a little distracting right there. So when we look at this, hacking, you do not have access to hacking tools when you first buy the game. You have to illegally modify your DS and then pirate the game, or also install save modification, which the Pokemon Company forbids. And we've seen the Pokemon Company forbid this in a great scale, that over 10,000 players have been banned in Pokemon Sun and Moon for using hacked Pokemon and then distributing them or playing with them online. So that's a big no-no right there. The Pokemon Championship in Japan, it's an online tournament that actually qualifies you for Worlds and gives you prizes and stuff. If you were caught with hacked Pokemon and you won any prize money, you must refund the prize money to the Pokemon Company, to Game Freak, because they cracked down on hacking that hard, and they were able to ban a lot of the top players that ended up hacking. Also, back to the video, because now we made it, so I got to use that as a really good time for the ranting and rambling. And regardless, so yeah, I'm wondering, like, why people say to put a Pokeball on your Pokemon, because I went out and caught 2 Pokemon instead. Chikorita's there, Cyndaquil's there, and then we just grabbed Totodile. So it all works. That's how you get all the starters in the Gold and Silver Virtual Console. So I'm just gonna go wrap up my little statement and all that fun stuff right here. So yeah, like there's a clear difference between hacking, because anyone can perform this glitch. Anyone can do what is accessible inside the game, but also at the same time, it's not just like, oh, just because it's in the game, that doesn't mean that's automatically good to go, because cloning, using cloning via glitch in Pokemon Sun and Moon and other Pokemon generations, that has been forbidden by the Pokemon Company. They've either patched it out actively, like the Global Link. When the Global Link was first introduced, there was a lot of issues in 4th generation where cloning was a thing, and then it wasn't a thing, and then it was a thing. So it seems like there's different timings, there's different issues with that, and since the Pokemon Company couldn't fix it over the last couple of years, they ended up just timing you out, that if you disconnect from the Global Link or from a trade, and then you get timed out in Pokemon Sun and Moon, that's because the Pokemon Company does not want you cloning Pokemon, and they punish you for that. So that's kind of like their way of restricting cloning for that. Now, what about in comparison to Gold and Silver? Now, this is still cloning. This is still duplicating Pokemon. I think it's more of a gray area. That not every single glitch is automatically forbidden. That's just ridiculous because, one, the nature of a glitch is fairly arbitrary. How are we supposed to know what is intended, what isn't intended, what is allowed, what is disallowed from Game Freak unless they make a statement on it or they actually make action to try to move it? So with patches, they can do patches, they can improve their hat check, they can do a lot of things to kind of show us if a glitch is banned or if if it's just an exploit that's okay. Like the silver bottle cap glitch. A lot of people, they were mad at me like, oh, you're against hacking for List 5, but you're exploiting Pokemon Sun and Moon with your silver bottle cap thing. I mean, anyone can discover that, and anyone can repeat it as many times as possible, even though it's a pretty powerful exploit, quote-unquote, glitch. That if you put Treasure Hunt 2-star into your Festival Plaza, it always gives you a silver bottle cap on that first go. So what's stopping you from talking to someone and getting a second treasure hunt level 2, or a third, or fourth, or fifth, or sixth, or seventh, or just recycling the first 2 that you have and then infinitely getting silver bottle caps? That hasn't been patched out. It's obtainable through normal gameplay, and it's hard to call it if that's even a glitch. Like, it doesn't seem intended, which is kind of like the definition of a glitch or an exploit or gaming bug, but at the same time, it doesn't alter or break the game. Same with the RNG about the shiny egg hunting and a lot of other things. Even with like the Festival Plaza. Festival Plaza just had like a really weird tick over with the time, and yes, you could manipulate that, but it wasn't like the hardest exploit that was madly glitching the game and giving you an absurd amount of reward. The reason why cloning is banned in the 7th generation is because you're skipping hours. You're skipping absurd amounts of work. We have EVs, IVs, very powerful items, competitive moveset, potentially shiny, just ready to go. Boom, a couple minutes instead of hours for the trade-off right there. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, it's much more limited. Less items, actually those items don't even trade over, so the most you can do is like duplicate and match the ball and catch a legendary pretty much, but those items don't even transfer over, so you're not getting that benefit right there. As far as we know, if the IVs and EVs and all that stuff are the same when it comes to Pokemon transferring into Pokemon Sun and Moon, once we get the Poke Transporter update, it's not going to do anything. Pretty much it's like you just get an extra legendary Pokemon, or you have multiple shinies, which does devalue the value of shinies, but I think hacking has done that more to this point. It also shows the difference between glitching and hacking, that so far, all the existing glitches in Pokemon are nowhere near as potent as direct hacking, as direct save modification. So there's a gray area. Yes, some glitches, those get patched out, or those are directly forbidden by the Pokemon Company, but then other times, Pokemon Company, they don't go out of their way to stop it. They could have stopped the accessibility of this glitch right here, because it's just save modification. That could be easily patched out and not hurt the integrity of the original Gold, Silver Virtual Console games. Same with potentially 8F or item underflow. They could have done that with Red, Blue, Yellow, or they could have at least put restrictions in for when you actually transfer your Pokemon over, but they didn't. And then we've seen with other glitches that are inside Pokemon Sun and Moon, we've gone through multiple game patches, and the glitches are still inside the game. So what does that tell us? And then it doesn't give us any major competitive advantage because everyone has access to it. Not everyone has access to a power save. That costs money. That's external. That's third-party unauthorized software. Same for pirating the game, putting in any kind of homebrew. That if you've updated your 3DS, depending on whatever cycle's going on and how the hacking community is versus how Nintendo is cracking down on the hackers, you just might not have any accessibility. That you cannot do anything to your DS, you can't homebrew it, so that puts you at a direct disadvantage. Even if you want to cheat, your system is incapable of cheating, therefore it's even it's even a higher tier of an unfair advantage, and then it's just straight up against the rules. This does not modify Pokemon, this does not modify your save file. Using an external device, that's strictly against competitive rules, so that should make it pretty easy. Hope you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day, thank you very much for watching. Glitches work, how cool is that?